What is up, guys? Lord Respawning, and welcome to another Pokemon Sword and Shield video. So in this video, we are talking about the best Scorbunny team that you can put together in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, as I mentioned in my Grookey video and the Sobble one, these are going to be just for the main game. This is not going to be like a comp team, so don't roast me in the comments saying that, oh, this would never work in competitive, because I'm not talking about that. This is just for the normal player going through the main story to kind of guide you through a successful path to the finish line in the Champions Cup. So, if you're watching this video, you probably chose Scorbunny. So let's go ahead and go through what it looks like to have a champion Scorbunny team. So obviously, if you chose Scorbunny, you are going to evolve at level 35 into Cinder Ace, an extremely strong Pokemon, high attack, very fast, it's quick, you can dodge moves, things like that. One of the strongest Pokemon in the game, just like all of the other starting Pokemon. It is just an incredible choice if you did go this route. So kudos to you for choosing Cinder Ace as your starter. So that's going to be number one, though. That's going to be the first Pokemon in your team of 6. Next up, we've got Water type. You always have to have a Water type Pokemon in your squad, in my opinion. So these are the two I kind of put out there for you. These are the two strongest that are not a legendary or starter, in my opinion. So you got Whiscash and Gyarados. You can catch, basically you need to catch a Barboach, evolve it to level 30, and then you catch that in Motorstoke City. Very high defense. One thing that is cool about Barboach and his evolution is you can learn Earthquake, which is a very, very helpful move. So keep that in mind. On the bottom here, we've got Gyarados. Catch a Magikarp very early on, Route 2. That is definitely a huge plus to get Gyarados, is that you can catch a Magikarp and start training it almost instantly in the game. And then Gyarados, extremely strong. It can learn Dragon-type moves. It can learn Water-type moves. It's arguably the strongest, if not one of the strongest Water-type Pokemon ever created. So definitely one of these two Pokemon I would highly recommend as your Water type in Sword and Shield. Next up, you've got to have an Electric type Pokemon, and I went with Manectric, one of my personal favorite, and just on paper, one of the strongest Electric type Pokemon ever created. It was a close battle between Manectric and Boltund. If you want to go the Boltund route, you're not going to miss that much, but I chose to choose Manectric, and you're going to have to catch an Electrike, evolve it to level 26, and you will have a Manectric. Let's see, Route 4 is going to be where you're going to catch Electrike. So again, very early on in the game. It's got very, very good speed. It attacks quickly, meaning you're going to get the first move quite a bit, depending on who you're battling. But since there's so much water trainers throughout the game, Manectric and or Boltund, an Electric type Pokemon, is a must-have on your team. So hopefully this particular Electric will help kind of solve your issues. Next up, Corviknight. If you've been watching any of my YouTube videos, you know that I love Corviknight. Arguably the best Pokemon in Sword and Shield. Could not recommend him enough. What you need to do is you need to catch a Rookidee on Route 1. So, almost instantly, literally the first patch of wild grass that you are going to come across, you can catch the first variant, the first baby version of Corviknight and start training up to level 38 literally from the get-go before you even take on the first gym. Its flying type moves are just unbelievable as you start leveling up higher and higher and higher, and honestly, if you put Corviknight on your team, you are not going to regret it. So add Corviknight in, you'll thank me later. Next up, Grimsnarl, another Pokemon that I'm very fond of. What you need to do is you need to catch Impidimp in the Glimwood Tangle. This is going to be around the Fairy Gym, and evolve it to level 42, so a little bit higher of a barrier to entry to kind of get the max evolution. But it pays off because it can learn Dark and Fairy type moves, and it is very strong because it has very high attack stats. And in the combination of having Dark and Fairy, really pays off throughout the game. I mean, having that in one Pokemon rather than just having a full-out Fairy type, I mean, you really can't substitute that. I mean, this is one of the best combos that you can have to help you through your journey, so Grimsnarl is honestly a lock for any Scorbunny team. Finally, we have Excadrill. One of those Pokemon, it's just extremely strong, very high attack. It's going to evolve from Drillbur, level 31, catch it in the Galar Mine. So, relatively early in the game, it's kind of mid-game, I guess. You kind of catch him, and, you know, it's just a strong Pokemon. It can endure a lot. It can deal a lot of damage. So it's one of those Pokemon that, you know, you can add to your team, kind of get out there, get a lot of hits against you, and then dish them right back. So, one of those Pokemon that you should definitely consider if you are Team Scorbunny. So let's just go through these little Pokemon real quick. Back to the beginning, and there is our boy Scorbunny. So let me know in the comments, who would you add, delete from my list? Would love to hear who your team is. Drop a comment. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and I will catch you guys on the next Pokemon Sword and Shield video. Later!